So in the meantime, everybody stay behind the other lane.
Bear with me a few more moments, folks.
You're all set. Alright, is your party with you right now? Anything right here?
Again, be patient, folks. There's a few families I do need to get on board first, and then we can actually get to place. I have one more.
She's not into smiling.
Actually, never mind. It looks like we got you all, as far as I know. So, please just hold up those wristbands for me. Thank you.
I can feel it! Oh my god! So scary.
Well, again, welcome aboard, everybody. There is a lot of history to discover out here. Let's start with that, sir, including the nifty little Ford Model A rail car by the switch, but actually not including the green diesel. The two steam locomotives we have here. These freight cars you're riding in. All the equipment we have except that green diesel and the black diesel came from the West Side Lumber Company of Tuolumne, California. They're 100 miles to the north of us. They were the very last American logging railroad to operate steam locomotives. They did so until the winter of 1961. 1998 till 1931, when they voluntarily closed down their operation. The very next thing they did was scrap everything they owned. 5 wood-burning steam locomotives, 4 of which were shays like in front of you, rolling stock. Even the track got turned into razor blades, which is why we had to purchase this stuff from the west side. We restored 2 miles of line that used to be used from 1908 to 1924. Now, courtesy of the 2017 wildfire that nearly wiped us out, we get this scenic overlook we never had before. That ridgeline is Speckerman Mountain, burned in the same fire. You see those tallest, biggest trees sticking over the saddle there? Those are giant sequoias. That is an elder grove on national forest land. It's not actually in the park. Down at the bottom of the canyon, about a mile downstream, is where the mill site was. There's not much left besides the log pond and some houses they had built. I'm getting to rent out the downstairs studio one. It's a groovy commute. And then to the north, coming into view, that granite peak up there is Raymond Mountain, 8,500 feet. And the ultimate destination of these tracks, the opposite direction, Jackson Road over by Tenaya Lodge, is the railroad you're currently traveling on. Now, logging first began up here in 1874 with the California Lumber Company, and they're right here on this property, east side of the ridgeline. They were followed by Madera Flume and Trading. They didn't make it. The foreclosure was bought up by the Madera Sugar Pine Company, by far the largest and most profitable of the three. For a total of 60 years between all 3 companies, trees were cut down and nary a tree ever replanted. By the time they hung up their spurs in 31, they had clear-cut 30,000 acres to the ground. The forest you see just sprouts out of the ground after the loggers walk off, and it's scarcely 100 years old. It's got another 150 to 250 years before it reaches full size. Now let me translate that for you. You're looking at a bunch of tree teenagers out there. Even the biggest amongst them, like there's a pretty big sugar pine there in the middle. It's got a burn scar going up it. Even that tree will get almost, not quite, 2 times as tall. More like 1 2/3 as time. 2 to 3 times as fat at the base. These trees whistling for is called Horseshoe Curve. In 1908, the company hired an all-Chinese labor force to dig out this particular section of track, and it took them 2 years to do so. The company neglected to give them any of that fun dynamite stuff. No, they got pickaxes. To get a better idea of just how much work these gentlemen had to put into the project, you all got postcards when you checked in, right? Do you have postcards? I'm seeing some nodding heads. Good. If you got them with you, haul them out. One of the 3 postcards is an historic black and white photograph, old-timey, I should say kind of tan in color. It's got a Now, there are many trees out here in this forest. I might as well start introducing you to the gang because the parade is about to begin. On the right side of the train, up by the very front of the train, there's a whole bunch of Christmas trees. They are Christmas trees. That is white fir, and red fir will grow at higher elevations. Now, both sides of the track, you've already seen them all day long, there's a tree with a flat segmented leaf and a deeply fissured reddish-brown bark. Overall, the whole tree might remind you of a redwood. It is not, but it is a distant cousin of the same overall family. That is incense cedar you're looking at, and they grow about like weeds up here. Below the locomotive right now, downslope, there's an understory tree that is about losing its beautiful white flowers. They only bloom for a couple weeks. That is dogwood, Pacific dogwood to be exact. Understory tree, they don't get terribly large. Right next to it is a big old California black oak. All the oak trees you will see today, every one of them is California black oak, because all the other oak trees grow at lower elevations. You are at that line where oak forest gives way to pine forest. And speaking of the pines, those are by far the largest trees in the forest. Made the loggers the most money. You're going to find 2 of them out here. Ponderosa pine, the 4th largest tree on the planet, and the namesake sugar pine, 3rd largest tree on the planet. Both of them are right behind the 2 redwoods. There's a couple ways to tell them apart. There's a lot more ponderosa pine up here. They've recovered better. They're the ones with the long 8 to 10 inch needles, and on the bark they've got the big scales on them that turn yellow or orangish. The tree is sometimes called yellow pine. Sugar pine has been slow to recover. There's one here, the one I pointed out earlier. You'll see it's got a denser, grayer bark. It's got shorter pine needles, only 2 to 3 inches in length. And if you look at the ground or in the crown, its claim to fame is it grows the world's longest pine cone, 10 to an extreme case is 26 inches in length, and up to 4 pounds in weight. Trust me, they only had 10 on the canyon now, and they had logging camps scattered all over these mountains. Rail lines ran out to them. Now, when they run out of trees at a camp, no problem. It took about a year or 2. They built the camp on skids to begin with, so they just plop it down on the train and haul it away. When they run out of camps along the line, they come through with an empty train and they rip up the tracks. They take their own tracks with them as they leave. Rails, plates, sometimes even the ties got reused. You see, they are a logging company, not a railroad. To them, this is nothing more than a glorified tractor. They're just going to be cheapskates the whole way. They left abandoned railroads behind all over the place, and that includes Mill Canyon Road. That's that little road below you. We'll be crossing over it in a moment. That is the very last railroad line they ever used. 1928 through 1931, and hauled the last load of logs down off the Chow Chow Mountain. Now, when that one opened for business, the one you're on had already been ripped up 4 years ago. Now, you've noticed our little railroad is steep and winding. That is the name of the game in logging, and that is where those steam locomotives enter our story, make themselves the star. So Madera Sugar Pine Company had 4 wood-burning shays on their roster. Again, every last one of them scrapped. West Side Lumber Company had opted to burn fuel oil, not wood. But other than that, it's the exact same genius design that's about to come into view in this broad right-hand curve coming up. When we enter the curve, you will see underneath the engineer's window 3 massive vertical pistons that are attached to a crankshaft. The crankshaft extends into a line shaft the entire length of the locomotive. Slip joints, universals, ring and pinion gears attached to all 6 axles, making her 12-wheel drive. A shay is all about the torque. These are slow-moving locomotives. With no train attached, they top out 20 to 25 miles an hour. That's it. But they will do. Here's a little reminder of why we have rule number 1. They will do very near their top speed. Say on a grade like this, number 15 would be hauling between 10 and 14 fully loaded flat cars, stacked high with fresh cut logs, way above more than you do.
Keep you in my heart, and my heart is where you are. I still think of you, I want you coming back. I remember when we were staring at a photo. Don't forget the way you look me in the eyes. And I keep you in my heart, and my heart is where you are. I still think of you, I want